established titles. They're a project based on the historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lords or ladies in English, and that means as of today, that's right, I'm officially a lord.
Get the fuck out of here!
Well, there's been another fiasco in the finance industry. Established Titles, a company that sells Scottish land, has recently been under fire for misleading and shady behavior. Scott Schafer, a YouTuber, posted a video calling out Established Titles and multiple influencers that promoted the company, with his main points being that the ads are misleading, their website isn't a great source of information with them now constantly changing it, and the owners of Established Titles own other companies that have had lawsuits filed against them.
That's suspicious.
Scott's video blew up, with it having about 2.5 million views, 140,000 likes, and we don't know how many dislikes. That caught ET's attention. Established Titles has recently released an email to their sponsor creators telling them that it's always been super clear that ET is just a gag gift and it's not supposed to be taken seriously. The only problem was it actually wasn't so clear. You want to know what's super dangerous? Telling people that they can really become a lord or lady and put that on their credit card or passport after they buy some land the size of a piece of paper. Look at this comment to see what happens when someone believes your ad at face value. My friend purchased one of these. They put lord on their plane ticket. We flew to North Island. Once we arrived, the flight company rung us and said that the title was invalid. We had to cancel our tickets or my friend was going to be arrested for identity fraud. Of course, anyone through a courthouse can legally change their name to whatever they want, even lord or lady, but not through buying a square foot of land as some of these ads imply. To make it worse, some people have the attitude as, how could you be so dumb to believe this? But how can you blame someone for believing an advertisement with actual photos of people changing their name on their credit cards? Not to mention if it was their favorite influencer that promoted this to them. Established Titles has never stated that this is a legal way to change your name, but they still promoted it and implied it as that. They just used words like officially instead of legally so they wouldn't get in trouble. Yeah, your hands are clean, ET, but you knew what you were doing, and you knew some people would actually believe this.
Your hands look plenty filthy to me, Commissioner.
They swear they've been super truthful and upfront about everything, but they really have to stop.
Stop the cap!
For example, when Graham Stephan promoted ET, he didn't once say the word souvenir in his ad. So if you want to get technical here, Established Titles, there are some of your ads that have misinformation that you let get posted. I only mention this because ET has heavily used this defense throughout their expose. They keep claiming that they have always stated this is just a souvenir gift and should not be taken seriously. Well, one of your biggest influencers got it wrong, and I can't imagine how many of the hundreds that promoted ET throughout the years also carry misinformation like Graham. I always thought ET was cheap, but far from it. The plot of land itself costs $50, but if you want to get the oh so important souvenir, the certificate of lordship, that is supposedly the whole purpose behind the company, yeah, that's $30. Oh, but you think it comes with a frame? Nah, if you want the frame to come with it, that's another $60, my boy.
Got to see it through, my boy.
Oh, and the trees they definitely do plant, that's $8 per month. Mr. Beast out here doing that for $1, no reoccurring charge. From all the advertisements I saw, I didn't once see that you had to pay for the tree. I thought that came from the $50 to $140 purchase already made. There's so much greed and so many flaws, but dear lord, don't even get me started on the website. Listen, it's one thing to have some fine print on your website, but it's another thing to hide the rest of the information behind a secret tab to find the terms of service, but you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and at the bottom there's a disclaimer, and the disclaimer is hidden in the tiny period, but the disclaimer is in Morse code, and it's just really sus to me to say that you have all the information on the website if you have to search day and night for it. I almost don't want to talk about what's on the website because I know they may just change it later. Established Titles has been switching up faster than an influencer have to get offered a check to promote garbage to their viewers. Ever since Scott's video, they have been non-stop changing the website from different text to different pictures to finally give us some clear information that's easier to find. It's almost like they finally decided to be a good company. The entire website is different now, but let me just tell you about some of the things that were on establishedtitles.com. The website has an infinite countdown timer, which is super sus. It's only there to give you a sense of urgency to make you feel like you need a rush to give the company your money. Instead of giving you a number of how many trees they planted, they also give you a number of sales they made, which is over 42,000. They have now changed it to how many trees they planted globally, which is about over 2 million. And by far the biggest change that happened to ET as a whole is how many influencer partners have been cutting ties with them. If you have purchased anything from ET in the last 2 months and regret it because of all the information that's come out, you're in luck because Established Titles does have a 60-day money-back guarantee that you can take advantage of if you want to. In conclusion, don't fall for a greedy company's tricks and don't believe any ad at face value. The thing about Established Titles is that it's actually a pretty cool company that provides a fun gag gift in the Lord Certificate and helps preserve land while fighting global deforestation. If Established Titles had only promoted themselves as what they are and nothing more, then none of this would have happened and we wouldn't be here. But the problem with that is if they would have promoted themselves honestly, then they wouldn't have gotten as much money. And so that was out of the question. Well, now they don't have a choice, but you know. Hashtag not financial advice. I can't tell you or even blame you if you do or don't want to buy from Established Titles. It's important that you know the truth of a company before you give them your money, so always be sure to do your research before making a decision. My vision for ET is that it's going to stay in business, but it's going to have a much harder time obtaining customers and sponsors. Well, that is earned in all honesty. I want to thank you guys for watching, and especially for those who watched till the end. Click here to see how this guy made $10 million in 1 year. Please feel free to subscribe, and last but not least, y'all be safe.